I said it. I said it was going to happen. Game 5, here we go. Tiebreaker has to come through to determine who the winner is between the Mayhem and the Charge. Down to the wire, pendulum swing keeps ringing true, but now I think it might have been stopped somewhere in the middle. This last round of control is going to determine it all.
Yeah, I mean, what a crazy May strategy we just saw. Feels very meta Athena, first team to really use May, competitively in esports sense. And a lot of the ex-meta Athena members and the Bella members are on both of these squads, so feels like we're reliving history here. But
going way back in time.
We have some subs, which makes sense given that will be a pretty map-specific strategy. It will be Apply back in for Tabik, so Tabik only coming in for the May.
All right, so he is it's a May one trick now, I suppose.
Yeah,
but
Gravy as well for Zephyr.
Okay, so changing it up. We'll be seeing these two come through. Is that going to be enough for them to close out on control, though? Eileen will be coming in for Gibbs, so highly likely that we see some Sombra.
Yes, and there's still always the possibility of Widow here as well as we head into our tiebreaker map, but less likely with the map being Ilios, right? We already had our best Widow control map on Busan.
Certainly.
We have seen a little bit of Widow, especially on Ruins for Ilios, but it's much more difficult to use on Well and Lighthouse because it's almost impossible to get line of sight with all the structures that are around the control points. So really you're looking at, if we're going to see Happy on Widow, the Ruins. So that means, makes sense Saya players not coming back in for this one. Very different type of map than our first control of this series.
See how this is going to be faring for either side. Ruins will be the first round that we're going to see so far. Happy not going to be hovering the Widowmaker, but could certainly swap over to it. And there it is.
Yep, so with Rio on the Wrecking Ball, this makes sense. The disruption from Rio and Hapa, as well as Eileen at the back, can give you the opportunity to find picks and get kills. Well, that is a pick is a kill. What I mean to say is a pick is that, a single kill, that means you win the point.
Yeah.
Especially in the first point, that is so critical. There's no one to challenge him right now. He just needs to hit headshots, basically, find these lines of sight right through this little slit here.
Yeah, doesn't have that much visibility at the moment, so just taking some shots, trying to get some tags where he can. Now they'll start pushing their way forward. Over onto the point, Happy. See where he wants to position himself. Body shot coming through, so far not any meaningful damage. No kills to be found yet. Hop over to the side. Happy getting full vision now of the point. He's looking for a target. Winston up into his face. Not going to be able to take him down, though.
Nano.
Hotbot just going to be zipping around. Swan will be receiving the Nano, pushing forward, looking for Shu, and he'll be taken down with the help of BQB. Good opening. Pulse bomb, not going to find his stick. Can't get a kill here for Hotbot. As Mayhem tries to get the first cap. Will be able to do so as they inch off it for a moment. Rio goes back in with a pile driver.
EMP is ready, but there's not much to follow up, unfortunately, with the comp they're running. We may just have to see swaps come through for the Guangzhou Charge, even though they have the Widowmaker ultimate here. It's not like you can EMP everyone and then just pop off as Widow. That doesn't happen. He's going to use it right now and then probably swap. It's just not really an opportunity to find any targets, especially because Chris, who's the best target they could hit, is actually hiding Hagopun as well. So he swaps over to the Brigida here, and they're going to try to use the EMP for this retake. They're having mirror compositions, minus the Rhine. Let's find a good angle. Ideally, would like to hit the supports.
Tries to get that hack there. Swan unable to complete it. As he jumps over to the side, EMP still going to be held. The hack now going to be coming through. Can't leap his way out to safety, but the rally will be coming in from Apply, helping to keep him alive. Jump into the back, Swan trying to build up for that Primal Rage. Grab comes in from BQB, locking up a few. Eileen able to stay alive, still holding the ult. Transcendence going to be used. Chris is getting closer and closer. Sound barrier nearly online, just a few percent ahead of Chara. Very close race between both of these guys. Flip still not quite there. Mayhem now at 60%. Eileen has to jump back himself away from that self-destruct. That's going to be the Nano in. Swan trying to get on top of Shu again. This time gated out, stunned up. They find the kill. Hagopun taken down at the same time.
Chris was
hit here, but they need the flip. 75% getting ready to roll through for Mayhem as they maintain control. Sound barrier out for Chara. Apply going to be taken down. Now BQB and Chris, this will be the flip coming through finally. But a very nice hold. Great start to the map for Florida.
Nice EMP from Eileen. Hits Chris. He can't barrier. He saves it after the EMP is done because it's a waste to use it in that fight. It may look like, okay, this is hopeless for Guangzhou Charge, 80 to 10. Sure, they got the flip, but they had to use 2 ultimates to do so. But the key thing to note is that Papa's got a grab, right? He's got high ground control here right now. Oh, he slept. So perhaps not.
Could be devastating. Trying to zone him back. Grab instead, just going to be coming through, locking up the members of the charge. Shu just a few % away from that Transcendence. Now it's going to have it online. Shatter comes down from Rio. Seems like he doesn't find much of anything. Sound barrier out from Chris. Shu going to be matching. Grab pins him into the wall. Mayhem getting locked up. I'll go put the first one to fall now. Swan taken down as Rio scoops a double kill. Charge will maintain control as Rio just is wrecking them.
And your worst nightmare as a Florida Mayhem is trying to deal with these EMPs when there are, you know, control tools for these chokes like the Shatter, like the Grab. Grab was good there after Hoppa woke up and the fight went their way. Now they have to deal with the Shatter. Not to mention that this entire area right now is free roam for Guangzhou Charge. It's hard to identify where Semmler is.
Yeah, EMP comes through. Just hold the Shatter. Swan gets taken out. Just try to grab as many kills as you possibly can, which, well, the answer is a lot, it would seem. Chris barely making it out alive with the help of that Zarya bubble.
Eileen is usually what I like to call a Sombra idealist, meaning that they look for only ideal EMPs, perfect ones. But in this case, given that lead they have in the positional advantage, he just walked in and used it. It's good enough.
You know, just charging his way back to safety, still holding on to the Shatter. Apparently the only ult that Charge 2 have, Mayhem, have a lot in their war chest right now to try to get this flip, but they need to do it. Charge are up over 90%.
Hoppa is got high energy, so he can actually build this very quickly.
Nano thrown in, but Swan can't really get into position to get any swings off. Shatter comes down, they lock him up, stun him over to the side, but will be top back up. Rally's gonna be out from either team. Sound barrier now through. Charge looking to close this one out. Puckett going to be taken down. Swan eliminated. Things looking great for the Charge so far. Mayhem trying to turn it around. The bomb comes in. McGravy manages to find two. The Ryan and Zarya taken away, but BQ beaten out. Chris going to be lost in the fight. The Charge still grinding their way back from the brink. Managed to take out Mayhem. OT plummets down, and they will get the first round of Achilios.
One of the problems with having specialist players and having the ability to sub in and out as Mayhem has is that when what you're running doesn't work, what you're running doesn't work, you can't swap. However, on the other side, Happy is a great Brigitte player. So after the initial Widow didn't go according to plan per se, they were easily able to put him over to the Brigitte and run a more mirrored composition. And it doesn't feel like you're watching Happy play an off role because he's practiced both the Widow and the Brigitte. And for someone like Sire Player, if we go back to his Widow attempt way back in game 1, beginning of this series, he struggled. He had to swap over the Zarya. There were holes there. All in all, a competitive start to the round, but just want to highlight Happy's flexibility and why compositions like this work so well for the Charge, because they practice them so much and the hero pools are appropriate in any given situation. They could run 2 comps.
It'll just be the Winston v. Winston here as Rio goes forward. Get those zaps in. This could determine the entire match right here. If Charge can close out well. Jump back over to the side. Has shifted back and forth left and right side of the screen at the moment. It's like teams can't really decide where they want to square off. Constantly shifting around each other, looking for some sort of opening to get a pick.
Papa low.
Yeah, McGravy as well, though. Fairly far forward. Swan barely making it out with his life. It's actually going to be Mayhem who come up with the cap and the first 2 picks.
Hogman doing a ton of damage actually in that fight and kind of helping to weaken them.
It's going to be a nice stagger.
Remake, yeah, or sorry, DMAC. He wishes he could remake. It's not going to happen, though.
Yeah, he's going to have to jump off the side. There it is.
Yep. So very slow return to the point, unfortunately. And that means a lot of free control meter for the Florida Mayhem. They control the choke. BQB has high energy. I know I keep talking about this, but that means more damage in these fights as the Zarya is the DPS. It's not a damage dealer in-game, but certainly the highest damage on the team in this composition.
Oh, BQB. Dangerously low. Has to get top back up. Has that grab online. Charge worked their way in onto the point. He's going to be waiting for an opportunity. We'll go ahead and throws it right onto the inside of the wall. Locks up one. Be Rio going lower and lower, but the Transcendence from Shu helps keep him alive. Now going to be matched by Hogopun. Grab out on the side. Does manage to find Swan up top.
But they can't kill him.
They can't finish him off the Primal Rage, giving him that last ability in the fight so far. Now Primal's going to be in from Rio. Sound barrier in as well. Hotbutt dumps the bomb, but doesn't find any picks.
Chara's in
Mayhem
trouble.
still in control. Chara manages to go ahead and just ride the rim of the well, keeps himself safe. The flip does finally come through. Charge gain control as Mayhem hits 65%.
Feels like Rio just can't find any place to stand right now. So he has finally get back on this, but look, they're gonna attack at the moment.
Bomb out for McGravy, finds a nice pick off. Eileen taken down. Is that enough for them to get this flip back in though? Rockets through from McGravy. Play this one out patiently. BQP gonna be taken down. Chara finds the counter kill. Transcendence now gonna be in Shu. Popping that to keep everybody topped up. Hagapun gonna be holding on to his. As Happy does get taken down, but the flip is still yet to come through as Rio keeps playing the corner.
They could not lose this early. It would be a tragedy.
Oh,
Nice move by Hoppa.
yep. Sending him flying into the pit.
That was huge. They won a fight just now without Happy. Guangzhou Charge has some of the best stats in the league of winning fights down members. It's insane how often they're able to do it.
Yeah.
Happy and Hoppa there.
Their OT win rate as well.
Yeah, their OT win rate is also quite high, but Hoppa comes through after Happy is dead with that kill there, and they stabilize without support ultimates, mind you. Crazy to see a fight won like that. And now the Mayhem, no longer at an advantage, grabs even here.
Everybody just gonna be fighting inside for now. Hagapun pushing forward, making sure that his teammates are
That's
quite
a problem.
all right.
He's not
Happy-
gonna have it when Grab comes out from Happy.
Yeah, Happy gonna be tagged low. Nearly 6 ultimates online for the charge. Shu is needing a little bit more. Grab comes down. Eileen gonna get locked up. They managed to finish him off. Bomb into the back. McGravy looking for a pick. Not able to find one. Hot buck throwing his own mech. And he's gonna find McGravy. Takes him out of that. Pilot form Diva still gonna be pistoling away, trying to build up that remech, but I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to find it. Primal Rage out from Rio, now gonna be expiring. Couldn't get the knock into the pit. He pushes forward, manages to find a ply. Now BQB gonna be taken down. The charge in control of the point. 3 members about to be dead on the side of Mayhem. Now McGravy shredded out of the mech yet again. The OT starting to tick away. Mayhem kicked off both of these rounds with the cap, building a very high percentage, but charge come back in. They gain control, and they do not surrender it. They take Achilios, they take the series.
We have to give so much credit to Hoppa. Double self-destruct kill there and the knockoff kill onto McGravy in those final moments. He came up clutch in game 5, and it's because he was able to hit those big moments right when they needed them. He was able to win them that final map and win them this series. Great play overall from the Mayhem. They showed us very much, a lot of depth, a lot of specific strategies, a lot of subs that came in for those specific strategies. But at the end of the day, it's the solid lineup here of the Guangzhou Charge that prevails. Very tight series. We go to the game 5 that you were kind of predicting earlier on tonight. But we got to see a little bit of everything here. I feel like EMPs, we saw the Widow versus Widow. We saw a rookie player step on the stage for the first time and have a nearly deathless game.
Yeah.
I mean, what a treat, what we just watched.
Yeah, I mean, fantastically done. Nambani was, you know, for McGravy, one of the best debuts that you could ever hope for. Topping it off with a series win would have been even better, but unfortunately for him and for the rest of the Florida Mayhem, unable to grab it. But they showed us some new things here. They showed us that they still are able to play at the level of their opponents. They're able to come up with some successes. Just getting that win, pushing across that final finish line, still a little bit too difficult. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Some of the highlights, though, from that final map. As Ilios, there's a lot of insanity here.
Yeah, when you take a look at this map in particular, it was most impressive that Guangzhou Charge was able to stabilize and swap their heroes back to a more meta composition. Eileen remained on the Sombra, given that the EMP charge was ready, and he was able to continue to roll with that. See McGravy get this double kill. In overtime, it's huge, but the EMP coming through afterwards is just better, unfortunately.
Yep.
Gets the hack there on McGravy as well, so he can't D-Matrix, he gets taken out. Insane plays by Eileen. Then we go to, well, Hoppa gets this double kill here at the end that closes it out, but before that, got the kill with the boosters that actually killed McGravy, that saved them on that fight, that might have actually brought us to a 3rd round on Lighthouse.
Well, let's go ahead and see now who our player of the match is, presented by Omen by HP. Couple different people I think that you could select, but it will be Shu, who kicked off the series in a fantastic fashion.
Yeah, Shu had a bunch of good moments here on Busan, and that's where he really started to light things up for their squad, but also some really patient Transcendence timings. And I think that's what he really won out against Hagupanen, is just finding those at the last possible second, which allows his team to win the fight. Here's another sleep on the BQB that we saw. I mean, Shu, he's a rising star right now here in the Overwatch League.
He certainly is. I really appreciate the May wall at the end from Tavik, trying desperately to save VQP's life right there, but it wasn't enough. Set the wall the wrong way. But yeah, really good stuff from Shu. Congratulations to him on earning player of the match. But let's go ahead and take a look at what this has done to the standings. Because Charge, they've been back and forth a little bit, you know, nearly beating the Titans, having some really rough games here and there.
They jump up just past Dynasty in the 8th place. They're still in the running for playoffs here. We still have got a lot more matches left.
Yeah.
But I think what's really important to note is that this was a really close series. So they weren't able to steal as many maps away from Mayhem for map differential as they would have liked. We feel really good with a 4-0 win here. You only feel okay about getting that one map extra.
Yeah. Mayhem, however, going to have to go into crunch mode, I suppose, to try to make up for some of these losses. Still sitting now down at the bottom of the standings. Need to overcome that. Need to start excelling and getting some wins on the board. But guys, we have one more match coming your way tonight. That's going to be the Spark going up against the Shock. A heavily anticipated one. It's been some back and forth between those orgs on Twitter. So we have to see who's going to come out on top. So stay tuned. We'll see that in just a few.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile. High ground or low ground, T-Mobile has you covered.